Merry Christmas!
Hello!
It's officially that time, the most wonderful time
of the year.
Welcome to Force of Light live on this Monday, December 4th.
Yes.
So glad for you guys to be joining us tonight. We've got a good show for you tonight. Lots to discuss. We've got a special guest we'll be bringing out just a little bit later.
Yes. I'm feeling particularly ravishing tonight, if I do say so myself.
She said it herself. I'd have to say she does look like it's Christmas at Hogwarts.
Yes.
I'm
like if Ron
you know what?
had a cute sister.
I'm switching.
You know, like that's, well, kind of mixed with Harry because of the glasses. But yeah, and I think this kind of something.
There we go.
But yeah, we weren't trying to go for the Hogwarts. But somehow here we are.
You guys know me. I'm always wearing the glasses on every stream. I've got different pairs. I've got about 10 pairs.
I was just telling her before the stream, you guys, honestly, she's really into these glasses. It's getting to be amusing.
I like the glasses.
She loves them. Like she wears them just when nobody's around.
That's not true.
Just at home by herself, you know.
It's not true. But I am going to say, because I see that we've already got people gifting. Oh gosh, we're on our MacBook. That's why I got to check. Let me get the mics situated here.
Oh, do we not have a microphone on?
Why is it doing this lately? We do. We have the laptop microphone. Let me fix this.
Yeti.
Where's the Yeti?
It was down there. We'll see. Yeti.
There we go. There we go. Now we're good. Now we should sound better.
Woo-hoo! Okay, hopefully you can hear us better now.
Yeah, that was a faux pas. Faux pas. But before we get going to, I am going to say we are getting very, very close to 25,000.
Which is crazy.
And I really want to hit this.
Dorks.
It is my Christmas wish that we hit 25K before Christmas. We'll see if it happens. But it's my 25. It is my wish. It is my wish.
That's all she wants for Christmas this year.
I mean, I'd actually like a little bit more, but I will take the 25K. That would be really good.
I can't sing, you guys, but.
And I do want to say, as I see some gifts going up there, and we're about to get into those just a second. You guys know the drill. Our goal is 5 gifted or 5 bought memberships. And we're going to have more membership action coming your way. I
have a feeling we're already on our way by the looks of it.
We are. And Anthony, good to see you. It was my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Anthony.
Happy birthday,
yes,
sweet Anthony.
You get
such a gentleman.
Happy birthday, our friend. We hope you had an incredible,
such a lovely, positive gentleman.
Yes, we hope it was a great one. And we hope it's a great year for you. And the real Steven, good to see you here. Good to see you. DL with the $4.99 super chat.
Thank you, DL.
Good evening, ladies and chat. I saw The Shift today. There you go. Excellent movie. Might I say Neil McDonough. I never know how to pronounce
McDonough, maybe?
Yes. And Sean Austin's characters are quite the stinkers. That's definitely a way to say it. They weren't the best in the movie. But I'm so glad that you went and saw The Shift. I enjoyed it. But yeah, glad you enjoyed that, DL. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Thank you. And KB with the super sticker. Natalie, can you see what
very much.
Can you see what the super sticker was?
Let me see if I can.
You should be able to see what the actual thing is. StreamYard doesn't show it for whatever reason. And I'll go ahead and read this, KB. Hello, ladies. Can't send memberships on phone, leaving work late, so hopefully I can catch stream tonight. Saw The Shift. Good movie. McDonough always plays a good. He is a good villain. He was a scene stealer for sure. Thanks for the link and code. You used my code. I love it. I love it, KB.
Okay, KB says, hello, ladies. Can't send memberships on
No,
phone.
I read that. What is the sticker?
Oh, let's see.
What's the emoji?
How's it going? With a little green guy.
It's going good.
Like this kind of thing.
It's going good.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, KB. We appreciate that very much. Mike, good to see you. Keely, always nice to see you.
Mr. Keeley.
Mr. Keeley. TD, hello to you. Good to have you here. Your average Patriot nerd. Genghis, I always botch your name.
Genghis Khan.
I know your name on Twitter.
I think it's Genghis Khan.
I know your name, your real name. It's your handle name that gets me. Hey, ladies. Well, hello to you, sir. Good to have you here.
Genghis Khan. Let me know if I'm saying that right.
I think it is Genghis Khan. I think she's right. Your average Patriot nerd. Always nice to see you. Darren, very nice to have you here. Been seeing you in the chat lately. It warms our heart, Darren. It warms our heart. Good to have you. And Matthew, always nice to see you, Matthew. Matthew is always so quick, and this is appreciated. So many of you are so quick to watch our videos and to leave a comment. Always helps. We're big fans of that around here. So thank you very much.
It means a lot. Yeah, just all the like, the thumbs up, the comments, like it all comes together to help the channel. So we really appreciate that.
We appreciate all of you all.
Yes, we
and
do.
Marcos, good to see you here. Our awesome moderator. Good to see you.
Thank you, Marcos.
Emotionally unstable. Hell to you as well. We hope you get emotionally stable.
Yes.
By the end of this stream,
Yes.
it's going to happen. You're going to be emotionally very stable. Brett, good to see you here. Mumblin' May, always good to see you here. And let's see, we've got T-Rex. Good to see you. Who else we got? Late and Natalie.
Never. Those two have never been said in the same sentence.
Mr. Buttcrack Media. JS Pena, good to see you, our friend.
Hello.
It's been a minute. Good to have you here
Mr.
tonight.
Pena. Nice to have you.
Yeah, good to see you. Sensations, good to have you here. Good to have you. Here we go. Fanzine Vids, good to have you here.
Let's try these.
Those are some of my favorites. I wore those all last year. They're very, I love them, but they feel Christmas, but I also feel like I might be playing the Riddler in a Batman movie. I enjoy them.
We have a lot, you guys. Michelle's, like I said, she's really into this.
We've got glasses for everybody.
Glasses for days.
And Mr. Buttcrack Media has gifted one Force of Light membership.
Thank you, sir.
The most lovely and the most generous butt
I
crack.
was gonna say one of the most giving butt cracks
On all of social
on all
media.
of social media.
We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And you guys know what it means when someone gifts a membership. It's time to let Rooster dance in the chat. We all get a little bit of summer in that moment. So thank you so much, Mr. Buttcrack Media. I appreciate that. Griffin Turbo, good to have you here. Damojanai, aka Damunji. Good to see you here, friend. It's always nice.
Hello, Damojanai.
Good to have you here. And your average Patriot nerd has gifted one Force of Light membership, meaning we are three away from our goal tonight. Your average Patriot nerd, he's getting Rooster warmed up. He's gonna have to dance again. Thank you, your average Patriot nerd. You are he gifted another one. We're two away tonight. And Rooster's getting warmed up really well. I need to get like that on loop. Get like another set of that.
I want to get you doing that, Michelle. You doing that little
might have to film it. Might have to film it at a beach one day. We'll see. And let's see, Maverick Pilgrim, woot woot to you. And James, good to have you here. Natalie has curled her hair especially for the stream. Is that true, Natalie?
Well, I did kind of it different tonight, and it kind of was like a little bigger than usual, but I'm not mad at it. I mean, I like big hair.
I'm a fan of big hair too.
I'm not opposed to it.
I don't like flat to my head, been rained on hair. I can tell you that. And let's see. Johnny, good to have you here. I think that was the one we just got. Yes. Okay. I want to make sure I didn't skip anything. Edwin, good to have you here. Michael, I see you in the chat. I think I already said hi to Johnny P.
Johnny P in the house.
Why does
I don't know where these accents
Why
come
does
from,
Johnny
but don't
P make
make
me
sense.
think of this dude? Is it this dude's name Johnny
Scotty
P?
P, you know what I'm saying?
It's Scotty P. Okay.
Yeah.
Scotty P.
Scotty P, know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta like kind of run it all together, know what I'm saying?
Ron, good to have you here. Laura, very nice to see you, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
From Aussie land. Well, yeah, good morning from Oz. That's right. It is definitely
Yes.
morning over there. Good to have you here.
It sounds pretty and warm wherever you are in Australia.
It does. And hello, Stephen.
Well, thank you, Steve. I'm glad you're into the festivities.
We're in the festivities. Did I just make up a word?
Pedro.
And
Festivities is a real
yes.
show.
Well, I got my mind got twisted, not my tongue.
Sometimes minds do get twisted, but we pray for you, Shelley.
Thomas, good to have you here. Rocky Black Dragon, good to see you here. Hello to you. Hello. Hello. Let's see. And Mr. Buttcrack Media has gifted another membership,
Mr. Buttcrack.
bringing us to 4, gifted 1 away from our goal. Natalie, what are you going to do for him if we hit our goal tonight?
I'm going to lose this scarf.
And you guys know what it means. It's time for Rooster to dance again. Well, yeah, there we go there.
Lose these glasses.
What? Yeah, Natalie. You know, I was actually reminded, guys. This is why I feel an immense pressure for us to hit 25K before Christmas. Someone happened to remind me that that I maybe I don't know. I can't confirm this. That maybe back in the day, I said that if we ever hit 25,000, I would sing on a live stream.
Shell, I've never even heard her sing. I mean, this might be like a Step Brothers Will Ferrell situation. She might be a mix of Fergie and Jesus for all I know.
Someone reminded us that. 6 actually reminded reminded us of that in the chat, and that's why I'm really wanting to hit it before Christmas, because then I could sing Jingle Bells, could sing something easy. So yeah, we'll see, guys, we will see. Okay, I was checking something out really quick, and it's Tom. Good to see you, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Good to have you here. I will be on Toxic Femme later tonight. I would love to hear Michelle. I don't think you really would. I don't think you understand what that entails, what that means, how bad that could be. It's what I don't think you understand. And let me grab these 2 super chats, and then I'm going to bring out our special guest tonight. And DL, we'd rather see Natalie dance. She's much prettier.
Well, thank you.
Then I'd rather see Miles dance.
But Shell, the people have spoken.
Thank you, DL. And Doug, good to have you here. Love you too. Just pulling it out there. So fun.
Just putting
it out there. That could have been taken really bad.
She'll get your mind out of the gutter.
The glasses blur my vision to the screen a little bit. I'm not going to lie. So
there's no excuse for the old dirty vision that you need to pray your way out of, young lady.
But we thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much.
I'm like, what do I have for that? I'm going to go with another dance. Thank you very much. And now I want to bring out our guest without any further delay. Miss Lisabeth, nice to see you here tonight.
Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Good.
Hi.
Good to have you here. And I want to tell our chat, I came to know Lisabeth through Adam Coleman, who I've been on. Natalie and I actually, we had been on with Adam on our friend Carrie Smith's channel one day, and ever since then, Adam and I have talked at different occasions, and I just have so much respect for Adam. So I was talking to Adam, and he reached out about us having you on because you have just written a book, and we are going to get into that later, guys. We're going to discuss that a little bit later. But I want you to give them your background, because I think for our channel being an entertainment channel, you have kind of a unique background that I think they will appreciate. So I'll let you introduce yourself to our audience tonight.
Great. Thank you so much, ladies. I'm so happy to be here with you. You're lovely.
Oh,
immediately drawn
so
to
are
you.
you.
Thank you. So, yeah, I have a very interesting background. I went into journalism, ended up working for a travel journalist in LA, which was my intention. I wanted to do travel journalism. However, after the experience, I realized I did not want to do travel journalism. It was a very trying and challenging experience. However, after that, I started working as a casting director for various primetime reality shows.
And do you want to tell any of them? I know you've told me. Tell them some of the shows you worked on.
Sure. So I did Extreme Home Makeover. Ooh. I did Biggest Loser.
That's
there was a kids show called Endurance that was on Discovery Kids. There was the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Model Search.
Oh. the guys like that one.
And I also did Simple Life. What else?
Oh, nice.
And I did a couple pilots that never made shows, but those were the biggest ones.
Yes. Well, no, that
cool.
That is very cool. And guys,
So real quick, so I did interview for The Apprentice, ironically.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was like when it was after only one season, so it was brand new, and I had zero experience, and I had never seen the show. And I told the guy I've never watched it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't hire you." But that led me to something else. But I did. I almost worked for The Apprentice, we'll say.
Well, that would have been cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
It is. Sometimes, right. Sometimes you one shut door leads to something better. So
exactly. After that, because I didn't get that, I ended up doing a show in Hawaii for like a few months. So.
Well, there you go.
Very cool.
I think I would rather spend a few months in Hawaii than New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
but yes, everyone out there, we're going to discuss her book, because when Adam told me what her book was about, I was like, ooh, like that genuinely sounds like something that I would read, that I will read, that I'm interested in. And we're going to get into that just a little bit. But before we get going with that, we will cover a few stories that you guys have probably seen, and she's going to talk about those stories with us tonight. Let me go ahead and let me pull up the first big thing that's happened. I don't know if either one of you.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know if either of us know what we're looking at tonight.
Well, if I would stop hitting the wrong button, I could pull up what I want to get. Actually, one second. Let me go specifically to what I want. 1 minute. Let me pull this up. There we go.
Elon.
We're getting to Elon. Didn't mean to do that too fast. First, before we get to Elon, we're going to set up what led to Elon's comments. What am I doing here? I'm not with it tonight.
You got to take a deep breath.
Here we go. Well, no, StreamYard changed that if you haven't. They changed something here, and it's kind of throwing me off. There we go. Here's what I wanted to pull up. For those of you guys who don't know, and I'd say our chat out there, there was the New York Times had, I don't know what it was. They discussed things with people like Bob Iger, Elon Musk. And for those of you who do not know, the certain really major big companies such as Disney, Apple, Amazon, Walmart, they decided to pull their advertisement money away from X, of course, formerly known as Twitter, because they claim that Elon Musk is an anti-Semite, and they can't really have their advertisement. They don't feel good about putting advertisements on his platform. So I'm going to play this for all of us to watch, just so we get the context for then what comes after this. This is the CEO of Disney, of course, Bob Iger. Good old Bob.
They call him Iger the Tiger, I've heard.
I would say if you listen to Bob enough, I would say he would 100% go for that one. He seems very much into himself. Well, let me play this clip that sets up the context of the next one.
Elon Musk a little bit. You stopped advertising on X.
We did.
Tell us about that decision.
I have a lot of respect for Elon and what he's accomplished, and not just one business, but a few businesses. And we know Elon is larger than life in many respects, and that his name is very much tied to the companies he either has founded or he owns, whether it's Tesla, or SpaceX, SpaceX, or now X. And by him taking the position that he took in quite a public manner, we just felt that the association with that position and Elon Musk and X was not necessarily a positive one for us, and we decided we would pull our advertising. And we are now.
Okay, that's all we really need to get. I would like to pause on that and say that this comes from the CEO of a company who had no problem literally thanking an area in communist China that has concentration camps where people are forced to live in.
Right. Yeah.
This coming from the man who is the CEO of a company who currently put a lot of money into building a Disney World in communist China, which they can never fully keep all the money from, by the way. And communist China can take from them at any moment if they desire. And as our buddy WDW Pro did a little investigating, and you can find this on Google Maps, these same people who do not feel comfortable advertising on X because of Elon Musk, well, let's just say just dividing the Disney World, the new Disney World they built in China by some shrubbery on the other side of the happiest place on the world is a camp where people are forced to concentrate against their will. So I just want to put that out there
in perspective
for context. But to either one of you have anything to say about what you've heard this far from these companies that are so above advertising on X?
One last point. Would he not also be kind of responsible for also, if we're talking about race issues, the removal of John Boyega's photos in China and in Asian countries where they wanted to remove a black man from the photos.
Yeah, well, and that's it.
So his ultimately is kind of okay on that also.
He was absolutely okay. Or did you see the Black Panther poster? They covered Chadwick Boseman's face because
that's so ridiculous.
Why? Because they had to appeal to communist China. They are so in bed with communist China.
It just goes to show how much it's all hypocrisy, or it's whatever is the bottom line. It's not really because they care about these issues.
It's not. Lisabeth, do you have anything that you want to say this far into this conversation on this?
I mean, yeah, I did not see the interview, but from a distance, it just feels like a personal attack versus anything with credibility.
Yes.
That's what I'm sensing. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
So
they have all, yes, they've all kind of been looking for reasons, it feels like, to pull advertisement off of X because, guys, we've seen this before. In 2020, when Parler was beginning to finally get its footing, all of these same companies ripped the rug out from Parler to stop what they deemed a free speech platform. Then we get Elon Musk who comes and buys Twitter, and they've all been very unhappy with this now for quite a while and have been looking for reasons to basically try to bankrupt Twitter because these big companies, these big corporate companies like to pretty much have a monopoly on power and who gets to speak.
Yeah, that's what it's really all about at the end of the day.
It's absolutely what it's all about. So that was Bob Iger.
They'll do or say whatever they have to do to get it. That's, the search of power.
Absolutely.
Just watch The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the Ring of Power, man. That's absolutely what it is. And I wanted to pull, I don't have the actual official Because everyone at this point has seen Elon Musk's response, so I'm just going to pull up a humorous one that I really liked. And I will say I apologize to you out there in the audience. I know our channel doesn't usually allow swearing, but we're going to make an exception for this video because it was quite humorous. So let me pull this up. And again, this is wrong thing. There we go. This is, someone made this and it made me laugh because I think it really expresses what I felt inside when Elon had the guts to say this. So Elon comes on, so let's set the stage. Bob Iger makes that comment. He explains that. And just like an hour later, Elon comes on and he makes this statement.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Now, Lisbeth, I'm sure you saw that clip. I mean, who hasn't?
Not that specific one, but yeah.
The actual one. That clip kind of expressed what I felt inside when he said that because
were those your words?
well, no, just the excitement because we've never been in a position where someone has literally the amount of money
The amount of, as people would say, F you money.
to
Right.
literally say this to the CEO of Disney, F you.
Like, because I can.
Like you think you're going to shut me down? And I love, for those of you out there watching, and both of you, I don't know if you saw the full Elon Musk interview, but he went on to say that that guy, for starters, the guy interviewing, he was so like, how do I respond to this? But Elon went on to say, like, basically people will boycott Disney if they do this. And the guy was like, so you think they're going to boycott Disney? And Elon goes, they already are. And it's just like, yeah, they already are. That's pretty obvious by the box office and the numbers at Disney.
Right.
But then also he went on to talk about and pretty much call out these companies for saying that they really have no virtue. They basically just like to virtue signal and they don't do anything. I'm very much paraphrasing here, that they don't really do anything that's good. They just kind of talk about doing things.
Yeah,
that
right.
are good. But I'll let you guys, either one of you two, whatever you want to say about Elon's comments to good old Bob Iger.
You feel free to go ahead.
Okay.
First.
In any situation, not even this, it's good to just see people standing up for
Yes.
having some integrity for his company. And that's, I have a lot of respect for that. No matter what it is, he's standing up to something he doesn't agree with for his company, which is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And really, it's kind of like another case, it's really another case without getting too political. It's
Right.
another case of people feeling like their voices aren't heard and having someone who has the power to actually stand up for those people's voices.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's like I said, these companies would like nothing better than to control speech and to be able to control what is put out into the world, and which really is a form of censorship. I mean, absolutely. And for our audience out there, I know we get some people that are on different sides of the political spectrum, and you guys are always more than welcome to be here, even if you disagree with some of our takes. But I just feel like everyone should be able to get behind. If you're truly an American, we should all be able to get behind these big corporate people not being able to control what us, the little guys, are able to say.
Right.
It's sad to me that somehow these big corporations can make it a political divide when really it should be a uniting thing for people on both parties to say, hey, wait, like why does Bob Iger get to decide what news I get told, or or what I'm able to say on a platform. What you get what I'm saying? It's just like this
Yeah,
really
totally.
should be something everyone should be kind of behind Elon in their own way for.
Yeah,
Because
really
it's just
shouldn't
a
be
win
political.
it's just a win for free speech in general, no matter which side of the aisle you fall on. But that's kind of my take on it. I definitely thought it was interesting last week, and we'll see what happens because I mean, guys, I would say X is probably hurting quite a bit when you lose such tremendous amounts of advertisement. It's never good. It's never a good feeling. But let me grab these super chats really quick. Let's see. Raider,
thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
with the
kind sir.
with the $50 super chat. Raider
Thank you.
is a special guy.
And another one. Why you all in my ear?
Thank you so much, Raider. We appreciate that. And KB with the gifted membership. I think that brings us to. Oh no, we reached our goal. 5.
Well, hey, is that 5?
That's 5. Yes,
Awesome.
5
Thank you,
gifted
guys.
memberships.
Look at you every week coming through.
It's time to let Rooster dance one more time. Elizabeth's like, what did I get myself into? Oh
the
gosh.
height of professionalism. Let me tell you.
It is, man. It totally is. Speaking of, since I know you've been, of course, into reality TV, I wanted to get your thoughts on something. I know Natalie would be interested on this too. Let me pull up the next thing. I just saw this today, and I was like, this is kind of interesting. Here we go. Let me get it on the screen for everybody. There we go. Okay. Let me make sure everyone can see. We can see. So I saw this today. Kim Kardashian, of course, reality TV star. How much is Kim worth now?
Well, like $1 billion probably.
$1 billion? No, surely would be like the whole family.
Well, I don't know. I think she's close.
I mean, we're not going to say exactly how her reality stardom began, but
I think we all know that.
She became ultimately a big reality star. But Kim Kardashian will star as the lead in Ryan Murphy's next series.
Hey, the family can hustle. I give them that. They'll holler for $1, honey.
And so Kim K is going to be acting, I guess, described as a high-end, glossy, and sexy adult procedural at a law firm.
Oh, that's very specific.
So what do you two think about Kim K, the reality star, I guess being the lead in maybe a new TV law firm procedural show?
Yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
No comment.
Natalie, what are your comments on it?
I think, I think this started kind of more in recent times with she
wants to be a lawyer.
She had she is a lawyer.
I don't think she passed the bar.
Well,
did she graduate?
I guess there's something in California where you don't exactly have to go to law school, but you have to take like a series of tests. So she became a lawyer that way. But also, so Ryan Murphy had also hired her to be in the latest season of American Horror Story. And so he must just, like her, obviously, and want to work with her.
He's a big Kim K fan.
I will say that I don't think she's an actress. That's all I'm going to say. I think she's a beautiful woman. I think she has many
talents, but acting is not one of them.
But that might not be at the top of all her resume.
Oh gosh.
Not that reality television probably doesn't include a degree of acting, but then you at least kind of get to be yourself, sort of play whatever you want to portray of yourself.
Well, in fact, and that's what I wanted to I wanted to ask you. So we all know that reality TV is pretty scripted.
Yes.
Like
some in particular, it seems like just like an episode will have a theme you'll see, and say an episode of like a Keeping Up with the Kardashians, for example, with her, it's like because you had such a large cast, let's say, so you've got like this theme with these characters and the same theme with these characters over here, and it kind of all comes, so it's like very much a scripted thing, I'm thinking.
So would you say, from your expertise, say a show like, we'll just, since we're on Kim K, we'll go with keeping Up with the Kardashians. Do you think that they literally hand each daughter or sister a literal script for each show? Is it that scripted? Like, do they get lines?
I think they're.
Yeah, I can't say for sure for their shows. I'm not 100% sure. I do know that shows I have worked on have story departments of story producers, 15 to 20 producers. So if that tells you anything, because why are there so many story producers? Yeah. So obviously there is something to it, Yeah.
Is there ever a case on reality TV shows where, like, let's say they really wanted a little more gravitas, a little more emotion? Would they be like, let's roll this again. Let's do it again.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yes.
That's just kind of so
have to come back to somebody crying to get more footage. Sure.
They're like, cry harder this time.
Almost kind of like,
or look over there, she's crying, go get her. Like, I don't know.
Or just, like, I'm sure, or you think of like the Real Housewives franchise, and sometimes they're probably like, okay, that was good, but like go ag it on a little bit more. Let's try and throw a comment in that's going to up the drama a little bit. Let's take this further.
Right.
So I definitely, not that there's anything wrong with that. I just, I think people maybe we don't even want to know as the viewer, like how scripted a lot of it may be,
Right. Yes.
How enhanced, let's say.
Yes.
So you're saying it's a decently enhanced.
I believe so. Things that I have worked on, I believe were, yes. And you take the best footage. There's always post-production.
Yes.
You definitely, pick and choose what you want.
And kind of put it together, edit it together in a way that,
Correct.
works and flows and looks good. And sometimes some of these shows, I noticed they're almost like a sitcom format. Like it's kind of like there's like a theme, and then there's like a conflict, and then there's a resolution at the end, and everybody's a happy family again. I've just noticed that on these different reality shows, even from the early 2000s and stuff,
Right. Yeah. It makes sense. Yeah.
I also want to ask, I've got an ADHD brain. My mind just had a thought, so I might as well ask it. I want to ask, what was your experience? Because you hear good stories. You also hear a lot of bad stories. Mm-hmm. What was your experience working in Hollywood? Was it overall good? Was it overall somewhere in between, bad? What would you say your experience was?
So I would say it's a love-hate.
Yeah. Okay.
It was really difficult for a long time in many, many ways. And I would have people, that you thought were your friends. They would literally take your idea right in front of you. To your boss, and right while you're sitting there. I mean, no qualms. And I'm from the Midwest. So I'm very, it's just a different work ethic, I think. But
definitely.
Almost like sometimes you don't expect people to be like that.
Correct. And I was naive.
Like where you're coming from.
Right. And maybe I was naive at a certain point too, but you learn. So I would say love-hate for sure. There was a lot that was fun and creative and artistic. And I did lots of traveling, and I met a lot of people, which was wonderful. I loved meeting people at auditions and interviewing normal people per se, and so I love that part of it. But yeah, the industry is very difficult. I mean, even in just television, not even film, but I knew people in film, and I think that was a lot more strenuous.
So it's very cutthroat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I can only imagine. I really can only imagine that doesn't surprise me at all. That in that industry it would be that cutthroat and people, like you said, taking your idea and taking it as theirs. I could see that. I could definitely
right in front of you. Like, it's okay. No big deal.
Like, how did they play that off? Like, you're just like,
Like, and then they act like it's not awkward. Like,
yeah, totally acted normal. Like it wasn't. And that was when I first had gotten there. So I was very, new. And I was like, I didn't know what to say, but I couldn't say anything in front of my boss either, because then that would look petty.
and snakes probably play on that too. Like they see like
Yeah.
a nice person, they're like, oh, like she's not gonna say anything.
Right.
I
Sure.
can feel free to do this.
Sure.
Until you maybe like learn those boundaries. But that's hard. It's hard work.
Yeah.
well, I want to ask this too, and then we'll do our last topic, and then we'll get into your book. What made you want to transition out of Hollywood?
I was just done with it. I didn't want to do it forever.
Gotcha.
There are some people that do, and I was friends with some people that were 20 years older than me, and I just said, I don't want to be that. Let's put it that way. I'm like, I don't want to be there in 20 years being that. So
Yeah.
I did it for a while I had the patience and the drive, and that's great. I have no regrets. And yeah, I knew it was time to also shut the door. It wasn't going to be forever.
Well, that's good. And
Yeah.
that's good to it sounds like you left with a lot of peace. Like it's
Yes.
just,
Oh, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that season's behind me, moving forward.
Yes, I did.
I like it. Let's see. Let me grab these super chats, and then we will go again. It's really just something I'm going to brag to the audience and annoy them with, but and then we'll cover your book.
Okay.
But thank you so much. Gifted 1 Force of Light Entertainment
Thank you
membership.
very much.
It's time to let Rooster dance.
Not Rooster.
And Brett, thank you for the $5 super chat. I just wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and hello, Lisbeth. Well, thank you so much, Brett.
Hi, Brett.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you. And Piers Taylor with the 2, let's see, Australian dollar super
Thank
chat.
you very much.
Let's see. Forbes says Kim Kardashian is, oh my gosh, she really is by herself. She's
That's
worth
what I thought. Maybe she was like close or something.
1.7 billion on her own, man. Wow. That's impressive. She really did holler for that dollar.
I told you.
She did good. And Pilgrim Media with the $2 super chat. KK, resume, rage, JS. Yeah. Yes, we know that tape.
Free show.
Yes. She definitely didn't have the most humble or pure beginnings to that 1.3 billion. Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest road paved to $1 billion that I've ever seen, but I'll leave it at that.
Thank you very much for the
yes.
super chat.
Thank you so much. And KB gifted another membership. It's time to let Rooster dance, guys. You guys know, let that emoji fly in the chat, you members. Thank you, KB.
You need to let him dance longer.
That's why I said I've got to. I need to.
She's
like
into it, Shell. She likes it.
I need to put it on loop so we get 2 of them.
Yeah.
Boom.
Good idea.
That's definitely, it's been on the mind to do that. At some point,
as Rooster stays on the line.
He does stay on the mind at times. But yeah. Let's see. This is the last thing. Let me pull this up. Last thing I wanted to cover before we discuss her lovely sounding book. Let me pull that off. Let me put this on the screen. Here we go. So you guys know we kind of tell you guys the box office.
Let's just be honest. Michelle likes to cover Taylor Swift.
Well,
let's just get down to the brass.
I just want to point out, someone on Twitter a few months ago tried to give me crap acting like Beyonce was on Taylor's level. Well, let's just say last weekend at the box office proved they're not in the same galaxy.
I'm not a Swiftie, but Yeah, I'm pretty sure Taylor reigns supreme.
So you guys know that Taylor in October, I went and saw it. I danced and sang my little heart out. I saw the Eras Tour movie that came out in October, which on opening weekend grossed.
They actually had to remove Michelle from the theater.
They did not. Don't listen to her. Which grossed $92.8 million as is seen on the screen. Number one, guys. And then Beyonce this last week came out with her movie and it made 21 million.
What's Biebs doing right there?
Biebs made 29 million a couple years ago with his
he did a movie. He did a feature film.
He did like a concert.
Was that
movie.
with his wife, or are we talking about?
No, it was
gotcha.
before that. I think it was like 2018 or something.
Gotcha.
But I just pulled this up, guys. You guys,
who's that one?
Miley Cyrus.
Oh, okay, that's her as the Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana. Yeah, Hannah Montana. Yeah, I'm just bringing this up, guys, because Tay-Tay is number one. It's official.
Brett said it's Tay-Tay, Natalie. Get with the program.
Get with the program, Natalie.
I love that we have male Swifties in the chat.
It's pure dominance. It's pure dominance. I've made men mad on Twitter by saying it's no longer time to compare Taylor to Beyonce because she's now entered into like the MJ arena of her level of fame.
I give her that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know what? You may not like her personally, but
but you can see the facts.
The facts are hard to deny here, guys. They're hard to deny. But Lisbeth, are you a Taylor fan or are you like Natalie, not a Taylor fan?
I'm not. Sorry.
She joins Natalie. She joins Natalie in this one.
I mean, like, I can admire kind of like what she's done and just all that she's accomplished. And I think that's like, it is to be commended. I'm just not, and I like some of her songs. Like some of them are really catchy. I'm just not like, as the years have gone by, like even Michelle or my daughter and so many millions around the world, they really are Swifties. Like it's like a lifestyle. It's a personality trait. And I do not fall in that camp.
I don't know if I go that far.
Michelle, you're a Swiftie.
Oh gosh. But guys in the chat, the debate is forever settled. Beyonce, she's a very talented woman, but she is no longer to be mentioned in the same sentence with Tay. Because she got dominated that hard.
It's forever settled, you guys.
It's settled. In fact, I don't know why she put the movie out this year just to be embarrassed by Taylor's numbers, to be honest. I mean,
right.
I probably would have waited till next year and let people forget about that one. But whatever. It was a win for the theaters. I'm happy for them. Happy for the Beyonce fans out there. But without any further delay, I want to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pull up your book. Let's see. I know, let's see, there we go. Let me show this. Our moderator in the link has multiple links for our author and our guest here tonight. And for her book, that's the Amazon one. I'm going to be pulling up the Barnes and Noble's one here in just a second for her new book.
Ooh.
There we go.
They sell it at Barnes and Noble.
That's
very exciting.
It is, guys. It's a big deal here. So this is where I'm gonna kind of turn it over to you. I want you to tell it because Adam told me on the phone what your book was about, and I immediately was like, ooh, like that sounds really interesting. So I think our audience will be interested by your book. And I also want to say, guys, we discuss so much and so many of the different channels many of you guys listen to, so many of the critiques, the gripes we might have with movies and entertainment in our society today at large. That's why I like to support things that, let's just say, aren't necessarily the mainstream slop that we get fed to us on a buffet of just
shite.
Yes, that really sucks. That's not any good. But I just gave her probably the worst intro to her book ever. But point I'm trying to make is I think all of us are hungry for good entertainment.
Right. Yeah.
And again, when Adam told me about this book, I was so intrigued. So with that, I want you to tell us a little bit about your new book that you just wrote. And first off, congratulations.
Yes, that's
Thank
a huge
you.
accomplishment.
Huge accomplishment. And as Nellie said, it's big time. It's in
It
Barnes and Noble.
I mean, I was like, dang, it's impressive.
It's very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love it. Any introduction's great.
What did you say is great?
Any introduction you give me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
Well, yes. But yeah, I did my best. But I will let you just kind of tell the audience kind of the general, if you want to give the cliff notes, the summarize for them what you would, your book, just to entice them with what it is.
Perfect. I love to. So the plot is a girl's mother goes missing and there are no answers, but she makes it her life mission to figure out what happened. So she's following these notes she found and, a trail, and she ends up in the same plot that had taken her mother. So it's like a continuing plot. So she ends up in the lion's den as well. And
Gotcha.
yeah, and really it's about her.
Hold on. So is it a murder mystery?
Yes, it is, but it's also there's the personal murder, but then there's like the grand scale mystery as well. So she ends up figuring out a bigger mystery than just what happened to her mother.
Interesting.
I'm already interested.
So the themes, though, what really inspired a lot of the book is what we were talking about earlier, just like with Elon Musk. The themes are, what information are we being told? Whether or not it's true or not, is that having any effects on us individually? And then is that having effects on humanity as a mass amount of people? And what happens to this information? A lot of times you hear stories and a lot of them are negative. Where are those follow-ups? I guess I was just asking a lot of questions that I feel we're not reflecting on what what kind of effect media has on society. And that's a lot of the underlying themes in the book.
Yes. So in this book,
I think it has a big one on society.
absolutely. So in this book, is the media, like, are they controlling information?
Of course.
Yes. Okay. And controlling both in like what they allow out and like how they present it.
Because they really want to keep some things secret, I'm guessing.
Right. For sure. And it's always, what is also being told between the lines, what's being told between those shows and between those newscasts, are we perceptive enough to see through all that? And I guess one thing that doesn't bother me, but I do think about a lot, is that we are inundated with messages and information all the time.
Yes.
Even if you're driving in your car, it's the radio or it's a billboard. And I didn't give permission for those messages to come at me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So it's sort of like protecting your space, your own thoughts, which I think are so precious and really, really powerful.
Yeah.
And and through my main character, I kind of, expose that, like what effect is this inundation of messages having on us, especially negative. They'll need to make the choice, and we can make the decision to say, no, I don't want those messages coming at me.
Yes.
And take back control of our thoughts and to use them in a positive way.
So
I think that's a great point, because not to get too weird into it, but if you think about it, I think just through so many subliminal messages and messaging and just all the media that we consume, just from like every angle, it's almost like we're being programmed sometimes if we don't stop and think about it and realize like kind of what's going on sometimes. Not to sound like conspiratorial, but I mean, the media does kind of work together as a unit.
Well, I mean, that kind of goes back to even what you said that when you started, what we were talking about with Elon. These big companies, some of the most powerful companies in the world, basically don't like a free speech platform. Why? Because they want to control not only what you can say and what you can relay. They're wanting to control what is said, but also what is actually released. what information actually gets out.
Right.
Right.
And even
Power and control.
yes.
Yeah.
And even going back to what you're saying about this book, again, when Adam told me just a little bit of it, I was so immediately intrigued and genuinely wanted to read it, because you tell me if you think this is a good description in a way. It's almost like a murder mystery meets 1984 a little bit.
That's a great description, actually.
Okay.
Although I won't say it's so dystopian. I mean, I do think there's a lot of inspiration in the novel. There's a lot of really good, positive things coming out of the main characters. So it's not so dystopian, but yes, as in a social critique told in a fictional way, definitly.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and such a guys out. There we go.
That's adorable.
I like it.
I should have used that.
You should. And going back to what you're saying, it's so true. I mean, guys, I say guys just generally. Those of you out there, I mean, when you think about the actual word entertainment, it's
like to enter.
You're to entertain, like it's entering your brain and you're entertaining it. Your mind is dwelling on it and pondering
think about
that
this.
information.
Think about this:
Right.
television to tell a vision.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting when you think about some of these terms.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Absolutely.
And it's, to take it one step further, what you said about the messaging, it's at the end of the day, can become your thoughts.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
and it's not your thoughts.
And you
And
don't even
that's
realize
where
it.
that's an issue.
Yes, because we find this in society, and even on both sides of the political spectrum,
Right.
where people don't like someone or like can't stand someone, and they can't even tell you why.
And they lose the ability to critically think,
Yes.
for themselves or for ourselves. And I think that's dangerous.
Well, it's just like I tweeted out yesterday. I tweeted this out. I'm paraphrasing my own tweet here. But I said that a little bit of tribalism can be good / fun. And I said, I think of sports comes to mind, that sense of belonging that can be
Yes.
good for how we were made as humans. But I said too much tribalism leads to brain rot.
Correct.
And I just feel like we see that in society where people, again, as you're saying, are taking in information that they're not even sometimes conscious they're taking it in.
Right.
right.
And it is impacting the way they think and view society before
Right.
they even realize it.
Right.
Yes.
And that is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's dangerous. And at the end of the day, I want to be in charge of me. I don't want,
Yes.
I don't. I'm like, why are these my thoughts?
Yes.
I don't want to be, obviously we all have the ability to change our thoughts. However, it's in my mind. And
Absolutely. Well, and it's kind of like the thought process of like, I believe it's true. Like you become what you think about, what you marinate on, like that kind of becomes who you are. And so we do have to be selective of what we are letting enter our mind, through entertainment and all these different media sources.
Yes.
Is that voice good? Is it true? Is it of good report? Or, is it of something else?
And even, and I'm sure you would agree with this considering your book. I try to really limit my social media time because I've said this on different things I've been on. We as humans were not designed
to take in so much information. I've thought about this in recent years.
And even beyond that, we're only designed to deal with so much depressing things. Mm-hmm. And it's like we were originally designed to know what's going on in some foreign country and some awful thing that happened that we have no power or control over. And I mean, as a Christian, I will pray over those things, but beyond that, I can't. It's just so much negative, depressing, heavy stuff.
Right.
It's like even though we have more conveniences, like in today's day and age, than we've ever had, it's like we also, I feel like, have more anxiety, almost like maybe than we've ever had, because, like you said, it's just people 100 years ago, it wasn't, and it's not that you're actively thinking about all these things you
Right.
see on the news, you see on social media, you see on television, but it's still kind of like your brain is collecting that data just over the,
Right.
like all this negative information, and it still is kind of going in, and it's probably affecting us more than we realize.
Right. I always like to think too, if like meditation or prayer can be, they've shown that it's proven to help your brain and the
Yes.
effect it has on your brain waves, right? So if you compare that to like the inundation of media and social media or whatever it is, or television or just radio, whatever, that's got to be there's obviously a difference. There's a positive effect on your brain, and I believe there can be a negative effect as well.
100%.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel like they've even proven this scientifically at this point. It
Right.
just, yeah, totally.
Well, and just like I used to, admittedly, like I was guilty of, not that it's a guilty thing, but I would enjoy sort of just cleaning the house or whatever. I would play those, true crime things on YouTube, like these sometimes horrible, brutal stories or about serial killers.
So happy.
I do like true crime, yeah.
Right. And it's just like, I think that, and this woman in the comments, like, because I'll randomly read the comments, but it really was like, I felt like I was supposed to read her message, because it was just like, she was like, you all be careful, because my daughter, I feel like she's watched these over and over, and I've watched her spiral into a depression and anxiety. And it's like,
Right.
sometimes I didn't even think, like, you just think like, oh, it's not affecting me, I can handle it. But it's just like, no, that's not good to take that in on
Right.
a regular basis about how somebody got chopped up into, like whatever. I mean, like, it's not great for the brain, the heart and the soul.
I will admit, when I was watching true crime, I was more paranoid.
Yes.
Like I would, if I was leaving my house at night, or my thoughts would go somewhere from one of the shows.
Yeah.
Right.
What's that bag? I don't know, but it's true. Yeah. I mean, it's just interesting. I just think there needs to be reflection on media as a whole, how it does affect society. I'm sure many people do reflect on it. However, I just had a lot of questions that came out of me in the form of a story.
Which I'm very interested to
that's
read, by the way.
awesome.
Thank
Me
you.
too.
Good. Yes.
Yeah, and I want to ask, and I'll pull it back up. And again, links are in, and I will put them in the description, and also links are in the chat right now to get a copy of this book. Let me ask this question. I'll end it with this question, actually, and let you have your final thoughts after this. If you had your way, when someone came to the end of this book, what would the book have left them with? Like, to ponder?
Right. Well, first, I would love that they would be inspired, and that inspiration would lead to more time with their own thoughts, and maybe more boundaries with media in general. I'm not saying everybody is overdosing on media, but I think the nature of the world we live in, and I'm not saying all media is bad either, but just because it's so prevalent, you can't necessarily escape it. So I would love for people to just find more boundaries and to be asking more questions to themselves, and having, their own thoughts, more just trying to get back in touch with ourselves, because I think that's where you find the answers, for most things. So
yes, to be like more present.
yeah,
Instead of being just constantly so inundated with all this, it's almost like just like a lot of bees that buzz around our brain these days, like just feeding different information is kind of how it feels.
And it's not, the point is that information is not coming from you. It's not coming from a source of just your trueness. You understand? So even though it could be a true story about maybe an animal escapes from a zoo, I don't know. It's not necessarily what the content is. It's more of that all that content doesn't even come from a place of yourself.
Yeah.
It's coming external to you all the time, and there's no filter.
Yes.
So, maybe we just could use the book as a reflection to find our own inspiration inside ourselves. So that would be my hope.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for.
Sounds
you so much.
interesting.
Yes. Again, Adam told me about it. I was like, bring her on. Like, it sounds good. I want to read it. Sounds interesting.
Well, somebody was complimenting also the cover art, and I have to agree. That looks awesome.
Oh, thank you.
That is really cool. That
Yeah.
is really cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
But I want to let you.
I didn't do it. But it is beautiful. Yeah.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to give you just kind of your final to our audience. Just you can kind of plug yourself, where they could find you, and of course everywhere they can buy this book that it's available.
Right. So first, my website was just my name, lisabethlange.com. And the book is, you can obviously get the book through there on my website, and also through Adam's publishing company, which is Ron Speak Publishing.
Yes. Let me write that in the chat.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Did I provide?
You probably did, but.
Okay. And so Ron Speak has a website, and that'll connect you to the book as well. And obviously on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And in my website, you can reach out to me. And then I have Instagram, which is my name, the full name, Lisabeth Lange, author.
There we go. Well, yes. Again, thank you so much for coming
thank you
on.
so much. You guys are so lovely.
Oh, thank you. You are too.
It's been a joy to have you too. I'm
Thank
very
you.
glad to have you.
It really has been, and I just wish you so much success with your new
Thank
book
you.
and with your new venture in life.
Thank
Again,
you.
I have a lot of faith in Adam. I think he's a great dude.
Yes.
And such a.
Yeah.
I think I appreciate Adam so much because in a day of such polarization, he is such a nuanced thinker.
Yes.
And
that voice of reason.
Totally a voice of reason. And
he has a great delivery. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish you guys a lot of success over there. And again, I'm going to get a copy of this book. Can't wait to read it. Genuinely.
Thank you. I'll give you a signed copy.
Yes. Yes.
That's exciting.
That's very exciting.
All right. I'm just kidding.
But yes, and thank you everyone on the chat.
Yes, thank you, chat. You've been awesome like always.
Yes, and definitely check out her book.
Yes.
I'm excited to read
too.
it again. I think in today we talked so much about kind of subpar to bad entertainment that it's good to get something that you can read and will actually make you think.
And just original and from a fresh perspective.
Absolutely. Yes. So definitely check out her book. Again, we'll have the links in the description. Plus they are in, we've got Marcos has it in the chat. But yes, you guys have been awesome tonight. And be on the lookout. This week, we're going to have our first time watching reaction of A Nightmare Before Christmas. The people might come for us after they hear what we think about that movie. But we're excited for you to see it nonetheless.
I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego.
And thanks for stopping by.
But mainly, stay classy.
You guys have an awesome rest of your week. Thank you to our guests. Thank you, all of you.
Yes.
And we will see you guys next Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you there. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be a force of light. Bye, guys.
Bye.